things were going great and the company was growing, and then it grew and it grew and it grew. And finally, we got to this point where we're hiring all these more corporate people that come from more traditional backgrounds. They have great credits to their name, and they
Mm,
were speaking in these acronyms that I didn't understand. They were saying things that I didn't understand, and I
mm,
started to have this deep imposter syndrome and feel like maybe I wasn't the right person to bring the company forward because I didn't fit the energy that they were bringing. So I started to actually pack away some of those playful qualities. I didn't want to ask questions because I didn't want it to be so obvious that I didn't know what was going on.
mm.
But in that moment, I really thought I was not the right person for my company. I was thinking, resign. And I had all these thoughts. And then I realized that I was overworked and underplayed. And
Mm,
fortunately for me, I was
mm,
working with a coach at the time, and I was telling her what was going on and how I was hitting this point where I felt like who I was up to that point wasn't gonna get me to the next point. And she said, "Why do you think that the qualities that got you to this point where you're actually able to hire all these incredible qualified people from these corporate backgrounds, why do you think that she can't get you to the next place?" And she said, "What if you lean into the qualities that got you here?" And it was, my curiosity, my experimental mindset, my creativity. And so what I realized was as I leaned into these powers of play intentionally, not only was I helping myself to get answers, to learn, to grow, but I was helping the people around me who were too scared to be vulnerable enough to do the same. And so that was a huge unlock for me. And it was a moment where I realized that those powers of play were superpowers